In Nona's house, nobody ever goes hungry. She's trained her dining room table to blatantly ignore phrases like "I'm full" and "I'm on a diet." Her threadbare spring bloom English always carefully cradling the question, "Do you like this?" in place of "Would you like to eat this?" And so as you say, "Yes, of course, I like your ceviche, your gnocchi, your fish at crostoli and frittole," the dining room table will almost instantly magic that food onto your plate. And once you've summited your fifth and sixth helpings, and you finally pluck up the courage to say that while your tongue hasn't eaten enough, your stomach definitely has, Nona will turn and tell you exactly how thin you still look and accuse you of not liking her cooking. And so before she prepares another dish that she thinks will better please your stomach, you let her fill up your plate with one last mountain so big you swear you can see an avalanche forming on top. There is never an empty plate at Nona's house, because she and Nona have lived through too many empty plates in their past. Now they both feel happy knowing that our stomachs will never know what an unhappy stomach feels like. And Nona once said to me, as Nona was out feeding the magpies in the backyard, that she is so lucky to have a man like him. 54 years of marriage and counting, and the love in her heart to stay just as fresh as the veggies in their garden. Nona used to be her entire world, and she used to be his, but after half a century, their worlds have now become fused as one. And so now their world is something they share and view together. That kind of love can't be shown on a movie screen. It exists not in how they hang on each other's words, but in how they listen to each other's silences. Not in how they cook each other's favourite meals, but in how they never cook their least favourite ones. Their love isn't a destination on a map they have reached, or the happy conclusion of a coming-of-age novel. Their love is an entire world written in an ancient language they found buried in the space between their psyches. A heaven-sent introduction with endless possibilities, and now they are having so much fun translating its meaning and doing their best to help write its ending. From them, I have learnt that life's meaning has very little to do with what you take from this world, and everything to do with what you give back to it. From them, I have learnt that suffering and pain can always be learnt from and overcome, and over time, those stories will almost always be turned back into our fondest memories. Not fond because we forget about the hardships we have experienced, but because from them we can measure just how far we've come. The sun only feels bright and warm because we've lived through a few cloudy days. Generosity isn't measured in how many people we let in, but in how many we turn away. And Nona's gnocchi is only as good as it is because I've learned from experience just how damn difficult it is to make.